say.
What's good, Postal family? This is JH. I don't like the echo. Got a couple questions, so I figure I'd give a couple answers. People asking, how long should I be waiting during my process of applying to the post office? How long should I wait? People are putting down their dates that they applied. People putting down, they just jotting it all down for me. And they're saying, should I still wait for this? I quit my job. Check this out. I'm going to cover this whole thing from beginning to end. If this applies to you, listen to the whole video. Cool? Cool. Number one, when you apply, there's a full process. It takes time. If you don't know how to apply and you're looking to apply, I have a video and I will have it posted somewhere up there on how to apply. Now, can I give you the exact time frames for each step? No, I cannot. Each place hires according to the need. According to the need. Sometimes the post office will put out a position on the eCareers site with the anticipation that an individual is going to resign, an individual is going to quit, or they're about to let go of an individual. They may have had a CCA that's been there for about 50 days. They see that CCA is not going to make it, so they're preparing to hire. And they may hold that CCA there for another 20, 30 days before they let them go. But during that process, they are still trying to get you in. All right. If you applied to the post office before the new year, during the holiday season, and you have made it to the offer extended phase, this is what the main question has been. I don't understand. When's my orientation? Should I apply for something else? General rule of thumb. Don't just apply to one position. Always continue to apply. Always continue to apply. If you apply for one position 1 week, and you apply for another one the next week, then the next week, then the next week, then the next week, whatever pops up in your area, you're not going to miss out. So if the first one that you apply to does come through, and let's say it was back in mid-December, but then something else, and you already got to your offer extended phase, but you still haven't heard anything about orientation. Well, we almost at 3 months since December. I don't think you should wait for anything that was done last year, because they hired so many people during the holiday season from last year that they're calling people back. The only positions that I would think are realistic to get into for the regular crafts are ones that were posted within the last 4 or 5 weeks. Now, I don't know when you're going to watch this video, but if, like I said, if anything is posted during the holiday season, you're still waiting for a callback or orientation from the holiday season, I wouldn't say give up on it, but I would definitely say continue to apply. Do not sit there waiting idly. Number two, very important. When should I quit my job? It says, do you need 2 weeks to let your previous employer know? Out of respect, we all should let our employer know, previous employer know, when we're about to resign. Unfortunately, the post office is not that organized. They'll put you in a predicament saying, so we need you to start tomorrow. So you're saying you're still working at your other job? All right, don't worry about it. Don't come in. And now you done let your other job know you're quitting. You're waiting on these people. And now they done told you no. And you kind of stuck in a conundrum. Never said that the post office was the most organized place. And if you know anybody working here, they will tell you the same. When should you quit? When you are set up at orientation, and you did your first day of orientation, and you kind of get a feel for what you're about to encounter, and you have it set in your head, you are going to continue, Because some people get to orientation, they don't come back the second day. And now you don't let your other job go. Now, unless you have a set career where you're doing major things, I would say wait. I'd say, hey, keep my job. And the days that I have my orientation, just let my job know, hey, I'm sick this day, whatever it is that you got to do. And that way you can make your own educated decision on whether or not you want to move forward. And then when you are finally set up, some people have orientation and they never get called back. They're like, well, I did my orientation. I'm just waiting on a start date. And now I done quit my job. And now I have no income. It's so tricky. There is no time frame. There is no timetable that I can share with you. And that's the unfortunate part. The only good thing is that you see that I worked for this company and that I acknowledge that you're going through it. You're not the only one going through it, is what you need to know. Because when you come at me saying, I don't understand this, why are they doing this to me? No, they're not just doing it to you. They're doing it to everybody, or I wouldn't have made this video. I do these videos for informational purposes for everybody. For everybody. So when should you? I did my orientation. They gave me a prospective start date of the 15th. Today's the 7th. That would be probably the ample time. But I don't take their word for anything. According to what I'm reading and seeing what I'm seeing, they haven't been very reliable. The only time you can be sure or rest assured you are employed there is the day you actually swipe your first time card. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't put all your faith into the hiring process at the post office. If there's one thing that the people with the post office could do together once you guys get in, is figure out a way that they can make this hiring process better, because this is the most difficult that I've ever experienced, and I'm already working here, but just dealing with the thousands that we've walked through to get in, it's so complex. It is so complex. Individual emailed me yesterday and he said he's probably been doing it for 8-9 months and he finally got in. A very patient individual, and I applaud him for that. But in the same time, people are living day to day, living off of no money, and we need to know when we're going to work. And I feel your pain. Everybody else that has gone through this feels your pain. Don't feel like you're alone in it. Once you're there, you have to have it in your mindset that you're going to continue working there. And how do you continue working there when you don't know what you're prepared for? Watch JH's videos. That's what I do. I try to prepare you by providing you information on what you're about to encounter. From beginning to the middle. Can't say the end because nobody knows what tomorrow holds. But do not put all your eggs in one basket. Definitely make sure that you apply for more than one position until you land the position that you want. It will eventually say, hey, you accepted a position back on January 1st. Would you like to quit this position? It goes through a little list. Are you already working there? Do you want to quit? Do you want to resign from that position? Make the educated decision or choice that you want, and then move forward until you're able to walk in that door and punch that time card. But again, don't give up your old job until you are 100% sure. And there is no surety when you're dealing with HR and management. So, yeah, okay, yeah. It's horrible. And I don't speak on behalf of the post office. I give you what I see and what I'm experiencing with you. So don't hold me accountable for it either. Cool. Also, I spoke to an individual yesterday. Men need to have their selective service number in order to work for a government agency. How do you find that? You go on selective service, you just Google it, it'll pop up, and you put your first, last name, your date of birth, social security number, and if you did register for the selective service, your number's gonna pop up. I didn't know that I had one because it was done back in high school. I don't know, they slipped you the paperwork somewhere. So if you don't know, don't check the mark on the application saying, no, I don't have one. Check first. Just check and see if you do. because 95% of the people that live in this country do, men. So make sure that you check before you fill out your application, or you may get stumped in your application process. All right, this is a 10-minute video, and I just figured I'd give you some information. We on to the next one, baby. JH.